who cares? I mean, and the point is the mainstream media hasn't learned a thing. You look at what we are publishing every single day, whether it's Stephen Chandler, the man in charge of comms, Caroline Levitt, the National Security Council, Brian Hughes. It is win after win after win, whether it's hostages being released, whether it's the fact that we're going to treat the cartels as the true threat to this nation that they represent with a foreign terrorist organization designation. It's stunning. Why don't we talk about the amazing things that have happened in just the last day and a half than your hackneyed old talking points you've used against him for the last 8 years? It's truly pathetic, and that's why these people deserve the label fake.
Yeah, and they find, I mean, there was like 1,500 pardons and a number of commutations last night. They go in and they find one, and even Trump admitted, well, we might have to take a closer look at that one. If the person was violent, if he pepper sprayed a cop or something, we might have to revisit that further. But I mean, his intention was right, and he's at least sitting there answering the questions. It's interesting to me that in most of these, Biden never took any questions. And he always got respect the few times that he did. Trump takes them all the time and gets assailed for them, which is just tells you everything.
Well, I'm just curious, can we go back and roll VT in the last 4 years? Did that journalist ever ask the question why people were kept in cells for 20 months without a hearing? I'm curious if that journalist ever raised the question of a grandmother praying in Congress getting jail time. I put money on it that he did wrong.
No, they couldn't have cared less. Those J6 prosecutions should have been more severe in the eyes of our mainstream press. That's the truth. I want to get to a couple more things here. Trump hammering NATO countries for not paying their fair share, saying that he wants to raise that rate up from 2% up higher, where we pay, to actually secure Europe and let them do it themselves. He also slammed John Bolton. He removed his security clearance, his Secret Service detail today, which was a little funny. But I'm sure Bolton's not too happy about it. I'm sure he'll be on CNN tonight talking about it. He also said, though, and this is important, he said he's ready to meet with Vladimir Putin anytime. He wants this war to end. Marco Rubio is now sworn in. He wants the war to end. He thinks it could cost Ukraine some territory, but they want the killing to stop. He said that he wants this done in 6 months. Is that possible?
Oh my gosh, probably even quicker. I mean, with National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, with the people we have negotiating, Special Envoy Rick Grenell. I mean, these are the people who make it happen. Why? Because President Trump is the deal maker. I tell everyone, whether you're a good guy or a bad guy, if you want to understand what making America great again means and who the commander-in-chief is, read the book of The Art of the Deal. If anyone can stop the bloodshed, whether it's in the Ukraine or the Middle East, it is the man who is on your screen right now, my new boss.
Love that. Just a little palace intrigue, if you'll humor us for a second, because I saw your head pop in to the Roosevelt Room real quick. It made it onto X this morning. There's that right there, kind of funny. Before everything started, obviously. Give us the vibe of the White House. I mean, I know I'm sure it's chaotic. Everybody's moving in, but what's it like to be in there on the first opening days of this administration?
It's glorious, Rob, because for the last couple of years, I even said it on my Newsmax show a couple of times, the biggest concern is the bench. Are people going to want to, if God willing we win, we did, are we going to have enough patriots come into the building after what they did to President Trump, to Peter Navarro, to Steve Bannon? I need to worry. The building is full. It is very different from how it was 8 years ago. People are in protesting, getting their ID cards, getting their tablets, there are so many people who want to save the nation along with President Trump. It is absolutely glorious.
That's so awesome. I loved being there this weekend. I had never been to an inauguration before. My favorite part, and I've said this a couple times, when we were sitting out there freezing our butts off above the Capitol at 101 Constitution, when those cannons went off right as he was sworn in, those cannons were right behind us, and that just put chills down the spine. That was really fun. And thank you so much, Dr. Gorka, for coming on the first day for joining us tonight here on the show. Good to see you.
Next time it's not cannons, but I'll buy you a BLT in the Navy vest in the West Wing. How's that?
That sounds perfect. Good to see you, sir. Thank you.
God bless.
All right, a look at the final pardons from the most corrupt president in American history. Coming up next. Welcome back. I don't think he cares too much, but Joe Biden left Washington yesterday, a bit of a disgrace after a pardon bonanza. There's a lot of people got pardons yesterday. Fauci, the entire J6 committee, Mark Milley, a lot of very bad people getting very good news on the president's last day. As Joe Biden choppered off into the sunset only an hour before we learned that he had pardoned most of his family as well. People had received loads of cash from those shell companies that Hunter Biden had formed to wash all of that dirty foreign money, a lot of it from adversarial countries, wash all that money into the accounts of various family members. One of the most obvious schemes we've ever seen, maybe the most obvious corruption scheme that was never reported on. Biden pardoned 5 family members, including his brothers and sisters, going back about 11 years, just like Hunter's pardon. So the most dirty pardon you could possibly ask for. After Trump was badgered, we showed you this in the last block, about J6 by Peter Alexander, he responded on Biden's pardons this way.
Joe Biden gave a pardon yesterday to a lot of criminals. These are criminals that he gave a pardon to. And you should be asking that question. Why did he give a pardon to all of these people that committed crimes? Why did he give a pardon to the J6 Unselect Committee when they burned and destroyed all documents which showed that they did what was wrong? Not me. Wait a minute. Why did they give a pardon to all of his relatives? His brother, who made millions of dollars, to all these different people, he gave pardons. That's the question you should be answering. All right.
Not going to be a lot of questions about that, though. Political analyst Mark Halpern joins us now, along with Larry Elder, author of As Goes California. Good to see you both. Mark, starting with you, you reported today a man named Bill Daley, who was a super Democrat, you called him, been close to Joe Biden since 1988 in the campaign then, was a Biden ally when Daley served as chief of staff to Barack Obama. And he told you that he calls the family pardons that came in about 20 minutes before Joe Biden was out of office, he called them disgusting. And it seems to confirm what was said about the Biden family for the last 4 years, which I just repeat was a story that was mostly unreported on in most legacy media, by and large. Mark, your response to the comments from Bill Daley.
He's known Joe Biden for decades and again worked on his first presidential campaign and was a staunch ally of Joe Biden's during his vice presidential years when a lot of people in the Obama White House took shots at him. So it's pretty remarkable. As you know, Rob, there's been deafening silence from most Democrats over the pardons. Credit Bill Daley for being honest and speaking out because what he said is true. The extraordinary degree to which the Biden family got away with it in plain sight, exactly the same as the cognitive decline. It wasn't hard to see. The incompetence of some House Republicans in the investigation was a gift to this enterprise because they kept moving the goalposts and the press kept letting them move them. But Bill Daley spoke truth. A lot of Democrats feel the same way, but they don't have the courage to say it aloud.